let's go back to our Abuja studio, where my panel will be discussing the permutations and the issues that have been thrown up by some of these elder statesmen, and those issues that will form or shape the election of Saturday. I have joining me from our Abuja studio a member of the People's Democratic Party, a former governorship aspirant in Edo State, Mr. Kenneth IMASUGBON. And just beside him is a supporter of the Buhari Next Level campaign and a member of the APC, Mr. KAYODE OGUNDAMISI. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on tonight. Let me begin with you, Mr. IMASUGBON. Going into the polls of Saturday, a few days to that election, what are you hearing? The permutations on the ground, considering that the APC has about 22 states it's controlled right now in the country, for the Atiku campaign, the campaign in Kano State today, what are the reactions you're getting?
Thanks, Sean, for having me. Good news and bad news. Good news for Nigerians because Atiku Abubakar will win. He will win landslide across the nook and cranny of Nigeria. He's going to win in the South-South. He's going to win in the Northeast. He's going to win in the Southeast. He's going to, of course, divide 50-50 Southwest. The Southwest are industrialists. This administration, the Buhari administration, has failed all Nigerians. No jobs, no hospitals, no roads, security questions. More Nigerians have died under the Buhari administration. No jobs, no job. Hunger pervading everybody. No food. Widows cannot feed their children. Those who have left schools 4 or 5 years, no jobs. Today we are pariah. Conflict all over the country. I think the president and APC know time and game is up. What is the good news? The good news is that the president in waiting, by God's grace, President Atiku Abubakar in waiting, will provide jobs. He will rewrite the wrongs that is happening today. A lot of pains that have been afflicted by this administration upon Nigerian people will be a thing of the past. The hope that we have is that God bless democracy. The international community, thank you so much. You, the friends of Nigeria, America, EU, UK, thank you. Nigeria is your friend. You are the true friend of Nigeria. Thank you for being here to monitor what is going to happen. The good news is that there will not be rigging. Nigerians, go to the polls, vote.
All right.
Because nobody can rig this election.
We'll take a breather.
I repeat.
Just a moment. We'll take a breather. And when we come back, we allow Mr. OGUNDAMISI of the APC to react to some of what they are hearing on their own side. We're talking about the permutations ahead of the election. Stay with us right here on the program. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Yesterday, the APC was in Lagos for the presidential rally. Look at what it looks like in Lagos yesterday at the Teslim Balogun Stadium when the APC stormed Lagos. Well, Lagos and Kano State have something in common. They have perhaps some of the largest voting population. Let me show you what it looks like in Kano State earlier today when the PDP took to that state. Some will say in politics, crowd may not be a true test of popularity. Well, but some will also say that it's part of it. Let's get back to our panel tonight on the program. Mr. Kenneth IMASUGBON of the PDP and Mr. KAYODE OGUNDAMISI of the APC. Mr. IMASUGBON did say that Atiku will win. Is very certain that in some parts of the region of the country, Atiku is holding sway. Let's hear from Mr. OGUNDAMISI. Mr. OGUNDAMISI, what are you hearing? The crowd that we are seeing and the talks that we are hearing, what are your thoughts and the permutation?
You see, unlike those who have held Nigeria in a small prison and they privatized Nigeria, they turned it into their own private bank. They turned the central bank into their own ATM. We are confident that the Nigerian people, the farmer who is now having access to agricultural loan, the trader who is getting the market money, the recharge card seller who has hope that we've caught the middleman, that those days are gone, where in Igbinedion in Mr. IMASUGBON's state of Edo State will privatize the commonwealth of their people into their own private pocket, where in Delta, James Ibori will privatize the commonwealth of their people into their own private pocket, has changed. President Buhari has cut the middleman. He's speaking directly to the common man. This is a government that puts the common man as a priority. So the pains and the emotions you're seeing from those who have benefited from our Commonwealth is understandable. And that pain is going to continue on Saturday because the Nigerian people, the real people of Nigeria who are in the interlands, who have been abandoned for over 16 years, know that this process, a long process of getting our country back on track, has been started by the Buhari administration. What they are not telling you is that their candidate, Atiku, has over the time said he is going to enrich his friends. He was not even ashamed to say that. Of course, there's an history behind this. This was a man who was the vice president when Nigerian Airways was sold to their friends in power, and pensioners were not paid, where NITEL officers were sent home without compensation, and it took the Buhari administration to pay these old men and women, some of them who had died. These people have no conscience, and that is why you see this pain, this emotion is not surprising to us. We are not people who will start allocating numbers, but we are confident that the man in southwest of Nigeria will now see the Lagos-Ibadan railway line conceived under 17 months and now test run last week. The 5 Obas who took that railway line from Lagos to Abeokuta, the people who lost several family members on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and now see a government that is continuing that road would vote for this government. The people who travel in Lagos and they see the Lagos airport road that is being completed in every nook and crannies of this country. The Buhari administration has cut corruption, and the money from this corrupt element is now being invested on our roads. The east-west coastline road, the railway line in the north, in Adamawa State, where their candidate Atiku comes from. When he was vice president, they shut our universities for almost 2 years. During that process, their candidate built a university. In that university, employed more foreigners than the people of Adamawa State. His radio stations employed more foreigners than the people of Adamawa State. Our people are not stupid. They cannot be taken for granted. Okay. No matter the narrative, no matter the lies, before they actually were thinking this president was going to die in office, they collaborated with a bigoted individual by saying it's a clone in Aso Rock. We thank God that the president has visited more states than their candidate, and he has proven to them that he's leaving a legacy in Nigeria. Let's get in 2023, we're going to have a new Nigeria.
Let's bring in Mr. IMASUGBON to the conversation again. Mr. IMASUGBON, going into this...
on Saturday,
okay.
Major issues should be for consideration.
You didn't even allow me to ask the question, but go ahead, please.
Sean, I can't hear you, but on Saturday, what would be the issues? One, Nigerians, as you go to vote, who is the man that is fit medically, health-wise, to do the job of the president? Between an Atiku and a Buhari, who is the person that is fit medically? Who will not collapse, who will not go to the UK for medical bills? Who is the Nigerian that will not divide Nigeria?
Your candidate has been running to Dubai every 6 months.
Between Atiku and Buhari, who is that man that is divisible? Who is that man that will be acceptable to Washington, to Dubai, to people in Ghana, to people in South Africa? Who is the Nigerian? We saw Papa Ike Clark saying, no restructure, no Nigeria. What does that mean? People of the Niger Delta, where I'm from, we feel marginalized. This president divided Nigeria more than any president in history. Nigerian youths, what is on trial on Saturday is your future. United Nations have said, and I quote, 20 years down the line, Nigeria will be the 3rd world largest population in the world. Are we ready? Are we ready to have a man who is weak and sick in government?
You cannot sit down in the studio.
No,
you are not a medical
the president
doctor.
must give us his medical record.
You are not a medical doctor.
In civilized world,
do you have the medical certificate of Atiku?
Okay, let Atiku
Can Atiku present his medical certificate?
Look, I'm a private person.
You are not.
I can never
hire. You are a beneficiary of 16 years.
I can never hire President Buhari to be a staff of my corporation.
Over $1 million.
All right. No, Mr. IMASUGBON, let me allow.
We can. What is at stake?
What is our country? We are not going.
All right, Mr. IMASUGBON, let me allow KAYODE to quickly. Just hold on, Ken, hold on. Let's allow KAYODE to quickly get his thoughts also through. Just hold on, KAYODE. You have a few seconds to give your own response on how will this election go. Do you have assurances that your candidate might come out victorious?
we are extremely confident that the people of Nigeria trust this president. This election is on trust. They trust him that he's going to take them to the next level, and that those days of vultures coming to treat our people like carcasses are over. That on Saturday, the APC will be victorious in this election so that we can build a new generation of Nigeria by 2023, which is the turning point for our country. We are extremely confident, and we have confidence in our people.
All right.
Are you very sure that those who have died, those who have lost their life, families have lost their lives in this country,
under your government,
they will want Buhari back? Are you sure, young man? Are you sure? Akpabio, Tinubu, all these guys that have looted the treasury of the country.
Government gave shit.
You mentioned Igbinedion. Where is Akpabio? Where did Tinubu men got his money? No.
Under your government,
Tinubu is one of those that destroyed Lagos.
Was jailed in London.
All right, gentlemen, we must leave it at that. Well, that's how far we can go because we're out of time. Thank you so much, Kenneth IMASUGBON. Thank you so much of the PDP. We'll see how Saturday pans out. KAYODE, OGUNDAMISI. And I wish your parties the very best in the election. Well, I like to say that the thoughts and some of the words of my panel tonight are those of theirs and not of Channels Television. Well, that's our show for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sean Wakimbale. Bye-bye.